ask everybody to please silence your cell phone and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for coming out. We have 4 people that signed up for Citizens Time. First on the agenda is for Citizens Time is Greg McLemore. If you would, please state your name and your address.
Stop much first. My name is Councilman Greg McLemore, 204.
Excuse me. You're not Councilman Greg McLemore. You're Mr. McLemore at this point in time.
You're using my time, Mayor. Mr. McLemore, 204 Madison Street, Franklin, Virginia. I rise tonight to express a couple of my citizen concerns. First of all, I resent the council's failure to have our joint school board meeting televised from council chambers, not allowing the public to see and hear what is asked or discussed. For instance, the budget of over $1 million that the school board is requesting, as well as questions like the vice chair of our school board, has she removed her children from our local school system, and what kind of example that sets for people in keeping their children in our own school system. Then there is a second concern, that is council voted to give $30,000 to the country club for golf, but refused to give any financial relief to our citizens, even from the $500,000 credit from Dominion. Today I watched as a parade of citizens filled our lobby, being under threats of their bills getting turned off. We did not fix the problem. We put, as y'all put a temporary bandage on it, that you said my plan would do, but you never brought back what it would cost to do that in exact figures. That information was never provided to the public or to the council. I think that these people are suffering now because they're still getting high light bills over $500, plus they have to make their payment of what they have from their January bill. So I think that we are doing our citizens a disservice, particularly when the the city accountant stood here last week and said we're making more money in the electric department this year than we made last year. We're becoming profitable while our citizens are suffering. And I hope this council will start to have some compassion for these citizens who are on fixed incomes that cannot afford to pay these outrageous bills. And we refuse to offer them any type of relief. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. McLemore. Next, Thomas Council.
Thomas Council, 425 Grayson Street, Franklin. I'm here concerned about a lady I know. She lives in Mr. Johnson's ward. She's elderly. She's homebound. She's not able to get in and out of the house. She had a excessively high light bill, she told me, and the number, I didn't see her bill, but the number she told me, she said was around like $1,000 for that month, February. And she called down to the city, and she wanted help. I guess she wanted some kind of extension or something, but she said she was told she had to come down to the city in person, okay? So when y'all made y'all plans, you didn't, you know, we learned from doing, I don't think you considered the fact that some people are homebound, didn't have anybody that could help them get there, you know? So I'm asking you to consider, you know, the medical conditions of some of these people. Consider, I'm gonna ask her to contact Mr. Johnson. Maybe he can help remedy it. But she really does need the extension and any other help she can get. She doesn't have transportation at the moment. She can't get in and out of the house. So that's one thing. The second issue I have, we're trying to organize the citizens to address the needs of the light bill issue as a solid group. We've asked the Constitution Party of Virginia to help us do this. The Constitution Party would like to have a meeting with the director of the Power and Light and any council members willing to meet with us sometime in the future. I'd like to know what is the best way to request this meeting. I guess the city manager, Mr. Bly, whoever on the council would like to meet with us. We're not looking for a complaint session. We want to ask some questions and maybe we can figure out how to remedy some of the conditions promptly for the citizens. We want to work with you. We have other parties in the city, but the Democratic Party hasn't shown any interest, nor the Republican Party. But this is a very important issue to the citizens, and we need to be able to work with y'all. So if you could give us a hearing and a meeting, we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. George Reed.
My name is George Reed. Live on 701 Perlow Street, and I want to ask this question again. I talked to Mr. Martin. He called me, but I forgot some of what he said about the sewer. I want to ask if I run 100 gallons of water or wash my car with 100 gallons of water, why will you charge me for using sewer?
I think he gave you a call the last time. He'll give you a call again.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
James Cross.
Good evening, councils. James Cross from 312 Hobart Street, Franklin, Virginia. I've been having some problems with my light bill, and it's been going on for a while. And Mr. McLemore, Greg McLemore, been working with me, and we've been struggling with this light bill. And he's been working with me. And I've come in him, in which we're trying to figure out why the light bill got so high, and my light bill kept going up and up and up, and all of a sudden I like, why all of a sudden my light bill jumped up so high, and I'm not even home half of the time. Like, why is the house using a high rate of light bill, and there's nobody home? Who's there using a light bill? Is almost $1,800. Who using the lights? A ghost? I'm like, who's there? A ghost? And I had the house audit, and the man said, well, they couldn't figure out. Well, they checked the meter, and the meter said the meter's fine. So they checked it, and they said, well, we can't see where you using so much. We can't find out whether you're using a lot of lights at. And this is where you must be using a lot of water. I said, using water where? I like to know where I'm using with so much water at. I said, that's what I want to know. I said, I heat by kerosene oil, which I get from social service, which I get about Parker Oil Company. I use 2 tanks already, which I already got a tank I just bought. Had to refill back up, and this for a backup tank for the winter. I'll get ready for the winter coming up, and And I showed Mr. McLemore inside my heater at home, inside, and this plugs up to the chimney, which I clean, keeps everything cleaned out. And I'm disabled and everything. And I try my best not to use no baseball heat, nothing, because if you use baseball heat, that jacks your light bills up sky high, which I knows that. So at nighttime, hey, I'll wrap up extra tight, stay in my bed, and I'm good to go. But again, I'm trying to figure out why. And I got a next door neighbor. He's an older gentleman, just like me. And he was complaining. He was like, what in the world is going on? I said, I don't know. I'm like, what is going on in the street? Everybody's complaining. I'm like, something's got to be done. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like, well, I said, well, I know y'all, all of y'all not able to get down there, so I kind of take account of my heart to kind of represent everybody on that street, because we got a lot of elder folks on Hogarth Street. They're not able to come down there. So I'm kind of representing everybody on Hogarth Street as a leader, as Hogarth Street. So I'm hoping we can just come to a solution. Stop kicking the can to the, kicking the can. Let's only come to a solution. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Thank you. Do we have any amendments to the agenda? If not, we'll go to the consent agenda. We have the minutes from the March 26, 2018 work session. Were there any corrections or additions to those meeting minutes? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Nays have the same opportunity.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. Motion carries. We also have the meeting minutes from the March 26, 2018 regular schedule meeting. Were there any corrections or additions to those meeting minutes? If not, do I have a motion to approve this?
So be it. Second.